synchronize our watches on 3.
While YouTubers tend to choose a genre on the platform and stick to it, the same cannot be said for Markiplier, who has a tendency to shake things up as much as possible by trying a host of different things. This has allowed him to reach a subscriber count of over 28.7 million and a view count of around 15.2 billion, making him one of the wealthiest influencers around. But what does someone like Markiplier spend his hard-earned cash on, and how much has he been estimated to be worth at the moment anyways? Well, whether you're a fan of Mark or just want to know as much as possible about one of the YouTube's greatest icons, stay right where you are, as we're about to explore the net worth and lifestyle of the man himself. So strap yourselves in and get ready for a curious adventure, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. A little more about Markiplier. Mark Edward Fischbach, who is mostly known under the moniker of Markiplier, was born at the Tripler Army Medical Center in Honolulu, Hawaii on June 28, 1989. Being a pretty private person, not much is known about the early life of the YouTube sensation other than the fact that he began his online career after moving to Cincinnati, Ohio. It was at this stage, around March of 2012, that Mark joined YouTube under the tag of Markiplier. But while he's now primarily known for his review and commentary of various video games, this isn't how he began his journey on the platform. Mark actually initially started with sketch comedy. He would write the scripts for these videos himself and end up portraying each and every role similar to what people later did on applications such as Vine and TikTok. Just a lot more involved. Funnily enough, this is where the name Markiplier derived from, as it's a name made up of Mark being his name and multiplier referring to the multiple characters that he would portray on a daily basis. Mark then found himself playing with the idea of creating a series. Drawing some inspiration from one of his favorite YouTubers and friends, PewDiePie, he dove into the indie horror game Amnesia: The Dark Descent. True horror struck a few months later when YouTube banned his AdSense account for some or other reason, causing him to start over with another channel. In 2014, his new channel, Markiplier Game, was listed as number 61 on New Media Rockstar's Top 100 channels. Since it had become clear that YouTube was indeed his future, Mark made a decision to move to Los Angeles, California, where he could be closer to other creators and the YouTube space in general. Markiplier then started a brand new series based on the game Five Nights at Freddy's, which became so popular that he was even given a cameo in one of the sequels, Five Nights at Freddy's AR Special Delivery. The internet icon even appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live alongside fellow superstar Jenna May, which brought his popularity to an all-time high. It was at this point that Mark started to really pick up speed by collaborating with huge YouTubers such as PewDiePie, Cinnamon Toast Ken, and Jacksepticeye. He also changed his channel up a bit by deviating from the Let's Play genre and heading back towards sketch comedy with his friends Tyler and Ethan. This event led to a successful cooking series, but at no time did he leave gaming in the dust. Markiplier then did something strange. He teamed up with fellow YouTuber Ethan Nestor, otherwise known as Crank Gameplays, and created a channel titled Eunice Honest. The intention of the channel was to post videos every single day for an entire year, only to delete the channel from the face of the platform when the year period had been reached. Unsurprisingly, the channel was a great success, gaining 1 million subscribers in just 5 days and reaching 11.5 million views in just over 1 week. Mark and Ethan then deleted the channel a year later, as they said they would, causing many to theorize that the purpose of the channel is to enjoy things while they last, as everything will one day come to an end. Once more, Markiplier had deviated from his original genre, becoming a performance artist to a certain extent. Markiplier's net worth. The talent of Markiplier cannot be ignored, and was only cemented when he was eventually signed by the William Morris Endeavor Talent Agency, which has been known to take on only the best clients, including Russell Crowe, Ben Affleck, and of course Christian Bale. But it's not just his video content on YouTube which has influenced his bank account. Back in 2017, Mark was begged by his fans to create a merchandise line so they could support him further. This line was then created and offers a range of t-shirts, sweats, and other forms of clothing with his channel logo and some of his most liked sayings. Although it is tough to pin down specifically what his net worth is considered to be, since he absolutely loves to give a lot of his money away to charity, experts have estimated it to currently stand at around 28 million US dollars, which is quite a bit of cash to have to your name. As such, Markiplier can pretty much afford most things in the world, leaving the question, what does he spend his money on? Well, let's take a look at some of his most luxurious purchases. Number 1, his charitable contributions. There's no doubt that Mark is one of the most wholesome guys on YouTube. Although he earns more money than the majority of us could ever imagine, he never flexes on his fans. He has also failed to change from the person he was when he first began his channel back in the day, which is incredible considering how money often causes people to act far differently towards both their fans and fellow human beings. It must also be said that when tragedy strikes in Mark's life, he has been known to look after himself and his family by taking a hiatus from the channel, which his fans surprisingly accept and have come to love him for. All in all, it's clear that Markiplier is a really good person, which is only confirmed by the amount of money that he has donated to charitable organizations over the years. He has both established and participated in a number of streams with the pure intention of donating all proceeds earned to various charities throughout the years, and has even used his own net worth to give to those who most need it. The numbers aren't exactly known, but sources have estimated that over the years, Markiplier has donated around $10 million to a variety of causes, making a solid difference in the lives of many people. Being responsible for giving away more than most A-list celebrities nowadays shows that Mark is incredible, to say the least. Number 2, his home. As we've come to know over the past few years, Mark is a pretty smart guy, which is why he decided to invest in a home when he moved through to Los Angeles for the first time. Immovable assets are, after all, the only assets that almost never depreciate, making an investment in the housing market one of the most intelligent decisions anyone can ever make. In fact, homes not only fail to depreciate, but most of the time end up appreciating in value, making them worth a lot more after the initial purchase. This is especially true when a real estate agent is able to inform the new buyer that the property was previously owned by one of the greatest YouTubers of all time. While not much is known about the cost of the home that Mark decided to invest in, being that he is an immensely private person who hates to flex his wealth, he did end up captioning a house tour video with the following: "I found an even more awesome place to call my home out here in Los Angeles. This is where the next phase of amazing videos is going to explode out of, so get ready world." In the video, we see that Markiplier's house has a pretty decent bathroom, complete with a shower bath, toilet, sink, and walk-in closet. The bathroom also leads into the main bedroom, which isn't at all excessive. The kitchen, on the other hand, is an open plan and thus incredibly spacious with an insane amount of accessories. The kitchen leads directly into the small living area and lounge, all of which have an impressive view of Los Angeles. And while the home may be smaller than you would ever think someone with a net worth of around $28 million would have, Markiplier clearly doesn't feel like he needs anything more than he has, which is another thing fans love him for. Number 3, his car collection. When it comes to spending money on himself, Mark has a tendency to invest in things that can successfully get him from A to B. Living up in the hills of Los Angeles, he can't exactly walk to all his appointments. After all, making the solid investment in a vehicle almost necessary. That being said, Markiplier isn't exactly the biggest petrol head in the world, with his cars coming in the form of an ordinary Audi, GMC, and Toyota. And while the collection is considered to be worth a few $100,000, it's nothing compared to what we've seen other YouTubers purchasing in today's day and age. But as we said earlier, Mark isn't exactly the typical YouTuber now, is he? He also decided to purchase a second-hand van back in 2017, which is the only vehicle he has ever shown off to his fans. And in true Markiplier fashion, he pretty much made a joke of owning the vehicle and basically showed as little of it as possible. But hey, whatever makes him happy, right? Number 4, his equipment. Last but not least, Mark has been known to spend most of his money on his equipment he uses to make videos for his subscribers. According to him, this makes him feel like what he is earning is essentially being given back to those who got him to where he is right now. As a YouTuber, you can expect him to have the best cameras and lights that money can buy. And when it comes to video, that takes the form of cooking challenges or sketches, he also employs the use of other people to get a variety of angles. His Let's Play videos, on the other hand, require a webcam capable of 4K video, as well as a personal computer that is able to play the newest games in the market, although most of the time he ends up sticking to indie titles or multiplayer madness with his fellow streamer friends. Either way, Mark uses his net worth to ensure that his subscribers have the best experience possible. So what do you think about Markiplier's lifestyle? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below.